Congressional District 6 runoff. This race is for the congressional seat that we will soon be saying is the former seat of Congresswoman Lucy McBath. Now, this is due to some redistricting. We know that Congresswoman McBath chose to move to a different district after this, so we know that this particular district is going to lean toward the Republicans. So what we're seeing here now, this race has been called for Rich McCormick over Jake Evans, who was endorsed by former President Donald Trump. Again, we did mention that this race will lean Republican in the fall, but Rich McCormick will be going against Bob Christian, the Democrat, in the fall. Another race that has been called already, the Congressional District 10 runoff for the Republicans. Mike Collins, endorsed by Governor Brian Kemp. Vernon Jones, endorsed by former President Donald Trump. And we see what happened there, about 75 to 25. So a big runaway right here. We said the story of the evening has been early calls and comfortable leads for a lot of these candidates. Some other ones that we're still waiting for is the opposite of this one, the Democratic seat for the 10th district runoff. This is between Tabitha Johnson Green and Jessica Ford. We do see a comfortable lead again with Johnson Green, but that has not been called. And we also want to check in on the lieutenant governor's race for the Democratic side. This one is featuring Charlie Bailey and Kwanzaa Hall. Now, when we look at the primary and what we saw just about a month ago, Kwanzaa Hall led this one, but that's because there were so many other people in this race to choose from. So again, what we're seeing right now, Charlie Bailey on top. And when you look at the heat map, once again, kind of like with what we saw with the Secretary of State, you're seeing a wide swath of this yellow color. And we also know that Charlie Bailey was endorsed by Democrat Stacey Abrams. So whoever wins this race, it's looking like Charlie Bailey will be going up against Burt Jones. And we know Jones has been endorsed by former President Donald Trump. We'll keep an eye out on these races. Many of them have been called already, but we'll keep watching for these others and as those results continue to come in, Jeff.
All right, Jennifer, thank you. Dr. Andra Gillespie from Emory is here with us. So it is a little bit after 9 o'clock, and most of the results of merit and consequence have come in. So your reaction to all of this is?
On the Democratic side, it seems like Stacey Abrams' endorsement certainly helped. We do see variation, which suggests that candidates had various strengths and weaknesses, but Abrams looks like she gets the pick of her running mates, and so that's the big takeaway from this. On the Republican side, I think the lesson learned here is that having an endorsement from the former president isn't the be-all, end-all of being able to win a race. So we have seen most of his endorsed candidates actually lose. So whether they lost in May or they lost tonight, that certainly is a blow to President Trump in this state.
How about Sanford Bishop, who is such a legend in the state? In southwest Georgia, he's outside of Atlanta Metro, but man, he has been in Congress a long time and such an influential person too. He has seen it all and done it all. The question is, will he continue to get to serve?
Yeah, so the question this time around is the way his district has been redrawn. So he's lost some of his incumbency advantage because he now has new voters in the district, and the district is now more Republican than it was before. Now, Bishop is one of the more conservative Democrats in the House. He might still be able to pull off a victory. We'll just have to wait to see. I think what's going to be interesting tonight is to see who wins. So right now, Jeremy Hunt, at the last check, looked like he was trailing. And so the fact that somebody sued Fox News saying that he got too much airtime, I think kind of is undermined a little bit by tonight. So if he got a lot of airtime, and it maybe got him to the runoff, but it may not actually help him get through the runoff and actually become the nominee for the district.
Jeremy Hunt is also an African-American.
Yeah, I mean, and that's probably part of the reason why he got a lot of attention and was able to capitalize on the novelty of his candidacy. So it would set up, a black-on-black contest that's not unheard of. I mean, we saw it happen in the 5th district in 2020. So, it happens in districts that are usually meant to be drawn to sort of give African Americans an opportunity to represent a district.
All right, so the view tonight is a clear one. We have seconds left. Are you seeing anything you didn't think that you would see tonight, or has it been pretty much, as the old expression goes, pretty much according to Hoyle?
It's been pretty much, as expected. It was a question of, where the loser is going to get 25, 30, 40% of the vote. I think we've seen that tonight. But yeah, no surprises. All
right, Dr. Gillespie, thank you. We'll see you again in about 26 minutes or so. If you're just joining us and you're saying, I really am sorry that I got here a little bit late, but I'd love to know what's going on. Well, you can do that. 404-885-7600. We'll text you all the results tonight. And of course, you can go to 11alive.com. All the information is right there as well. We'll take a break. We continue on Prime Time after this.